Creepers! Got the sun poking up behind us. It is an absolutely beautiful morning. I hope you guys are doing great. We are out and about today on this beautiful first day of spring. Blue skies. Even got the appropriate blue attire. We're heading up to Northwest Portland to do some creeping. I want to show you guys a few things. One being a famous, iconic ice cream shop for many years, starting right here in Portland. And the second, the oldest Jewish deli in Portland is going to be closing soon. I want to document that, so stay tuned. Doing a little creeping. Yeah, absolutely beautiful spring day. And I got to put the camera away because here comes the bus. I got to put the bike on the front rack here. Alright, got my ticket and the Creeper Cruiser's all secure. And we're on our way. Thanks again. I'm funny how they said very back to the bus for some reason. I don't know. Alright, there goes our bus. And we just got off here at the waterfront, Southwest Moody. There's a Starbucks over there, but I think I'm gonna hold off and get me a McDonald's. It's a little foggy still this morning. That's okay, we're gonna cruise in now, up into Northwest. All right, pretty much downtown now, just one block. A couple blocks up from where we got off the bus. And that's the waterfront down there. And we are gonna cruise. I think I'm gonna take a different route. Instead of going up Burnside, go up through the park blocks. A little chilly still, but got the hoodie on, so we're good. Got these Canadian geese here. Good morning. Doing a little grazing. All right. It's nice that they put in this little green bike path through here recently too. All right. We are here at the park blocks. Southwest Park. And we are going to kind of cruise our way down here. I noticed something on the way in. They always have like different art projects and whatnot through here. And the art museum's just right down here. But I also noticed this giant sculpture that I hadn't seen before. There's the art museum there on the left. Let's check it out. Let's get this big robot here. Huh. Meekin 42. That is awesome. Whoop! Holding some sort of star or something here. Okay, yeah, this was part of the Winter Light Festival. Space Explorer. Tiny star. Blast off while searching the universe for an eternal power source. Meekin 42 came across a tiny star that had a life of its own. That's pretty darn cool. I also like that they have all these trees all adorned with these really cool lights too. Ah, beautiful through here right now. All decked out. The lights, I've always loved these trees through here. Yeah, I'm glad I came up this way. I'm also noticing this big disco ball. Disco stew. That's pretty cool. Quiet through here right now too. It's nice. These guys over in Southeast, and they moved. They are here now on Salmon and 10th, and this is Skeleton Key Oddities. Their shop was so cool, and the owner is really awesome. The Ouija board there, little creepy doll. But yeah, definitely come down here and check out Skeleton Key on 10th. Wow, this area is changing a ton. It's nice. I dig it. Northwest Portland. Pretty much Burnside here is the deciding factor between Southwest and Northwest. So just on the opposite side of Burnside here. And there's also a Dutch Brothers here now, which I might stop at. Is where we're going to cross to officially make it over into Northwest. So we are on 21st now, and we are going to turn right here at the light. All right, we made it officially. We are on Northwest 21st, and directly behind me here sat for many years the very first Farrell's ice cream parlor. That's right, started right here in Portland, Oregon. I was definitely not in the street, but whatever. Starting right here in Portland, Oregon, Farrell's restaurant from 1963, roughly about 5-10 years, sat the very first Farrell's, Bob Farrell, moving here from the Bronx. Kind of fast forward, make a longer story short, this was the very first location to that iconic ice cream parlor. And like I said, went on to have a couple other bigger locations, but this was the very first one. That's right, opening in '63. Bob Farrell, a very well-known businessman and very successful businessman, went on to write a few books, one titled Give 'Em the Pickle, which I'll talk to you guys more about in a minute, which I thought was really funny, probably one of the best parts of his customer service skills and everything that he went on to do for companies later. But yeah, Bob Farrell, the very first Farrell's ice cream parlor. Now, if you guys remember Farrell's like I do, you could go on your birthday and get a sundae for free. It was kind of part of their experience, and it was an old-timey parlor style ice cream. So if you think back to, like, you know, the soda jerks, the straw hats, kind of the, you know, decor of that style, then you'll totally remember what I'm talking about. And I also was able to find some pictures of this location on the inside. I, for one, never actually got to go to this. Oh, there's a fire truck going by. Never got to go to this location, but for like my 4th or 5th birthday party, my folks definitely took me to the one over by Lloyd Center and had the free sundae. And over the years, many of companies have tried to kind of, you know, mimic their style of ice cream parlor, giving away the free birthday sundaes and everything like that. But this is where it all started, right here. And like I said, I was able to find an old-timey picture where the facade of the building is pretty much identical. There's a couple things over the years that have changed, but if you look at the old-timey picture, you'll be able to see all this brickwork still, and kind of the, you know, just the way out of the building with the door kind of going in here. And I believe, like, the front door is here kind of off to the side it would have sat. And if you look back in that picture, you can actually see all this like framing work on the old parking garage and whatnot. But yeah, there it sat. And like I said, it is a restaurant now, a faux restaurant, or pho. And yeah, a little different now. But the very first Farrell's ice cream sat right in there. And if you guys remember, like I do, they would actually bring one of the particular Sundays, which was very iconic. It was actually very first called the Portland Zoo, which was a big birthday Sunday. They would actually wheel out on like a big stretcher, and they'd have like fire alarms, and everybody would be going crazy and having a good old time. Later on, I think it changed from the Portland Zoo to something that would work for no matter what, you know, business location they were at, because they were not just here in Oregon. After they went on to success, they actually opened up a lot more around the world. And I'm not 100% sure if they're actually still operating, but the last time I heard, the very last one in California was just kind of coming to a close. There was kind of up in the air thing where they thought they might bring the company back here to Portland, but it never kind of fell through. But yeah, there you have it, the very first Farrell's ice cream. Now there's a funny story that goes along with the Farrell's ice cream parlor, and that is Bob was very adamant about his customer service, and how he treated his guests was like basically how he started his, you know, not just ice cream parlor, but his success over the years, later going on to do training and writing books for customer service. But there was a customer that had, you know, frequently visited the location over the years, and he would always order the same thing. I think it was like some sort of sandwich, and they would give him a pickle and a side of pickle extra always with the sandwich. Is just kind of how he ordered it. One day he came here to get the sandwich, and the waitress working forgot to give him the side of pickle. So he says, "Hey, what's up with that?" Says, "Okay, I can totally get you the side of pickle, but I have to charge you for it." And he was upset. He left, and let's just say he had not so nice of words to the waitress, and he actually wrote Bob Farrell a official letter, which I think I found pictures of. I actually remember reading it. Maybe it was just quoted from somebody else actually reading the letter, but Bob totally was understanding to this gentleman about wanting his pickle. So he says, "Give him the pickle." He says, "Next time you come in here, you'll definitely be treated correctly, and the pickle will always be on, you know, the side order, no charge." And that was kind of his quote that he used over the years, was "Give him the pickle." And that just kind of summed up is, no matter what the customer wanted or whatever the, you know, situation was, give them what they want, give the customer what they want. And I think that was one of the main reasons why Bob's business was so successful here. Not to mention all the great, you know, ice creams and sundaes and everything like that over the years that they kind of invented and created. But yeah, there you have it, the very first Farrell's ice cream parlor. And I don't know if this one was as successful. It definitely paved the path for other endeavors, but I think the one over by Lloyd Center was kind of more well known over the years. So pretty cool to see though. And you know, there's a glass awning now that still had the awning back in the day, and I'll do my best to kind of try and find you guys those pictures. But yeah, there you have it. Now I want ice cream, and every time I hear that story of "Give them the pickle," I always laugh, because I think to myself, as a business owner, that was really smart. I mean, it's a funny story, you know, give them the pickle, give the customer what they want. But it really goes to show you that if you do take care of your guests and show good customer service, then heck, you might just have yourself a good fancy ice cream parlor. Just cruising up a block, and I ran into this nice lady, and I just happened to ask, "Do you remember when that was a Farrell's?" And you said,
"That is crazy." Yes, I do.
What do you remember?
I remember having my birthday party there when I was 17 years old, and I'm 60 now.
Isn't that so cool? Yeah, that was the location of the very first one. And then they had one down by Lloyd Center, I believe, too.
Yep,
but
they did.
But it all started there. Bob Farrell.
My brother worked there.
At
the one at Lloyd Center.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. And you know what? I always just randomly ask folks whenever I'm doing the vlog, like in the area of whatever it is, and 9 times out of 10 they remember it.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that. So thank you for sharing.
Us old people.
That's so funny. Yeah, they had one called the Portland Zoo where they brought it out in like a big stretcher.
They did bring it. They did at Farrell's too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
and
the guys went like.
Yeah, they had like.
Ran it out and ran it back, and you're always afraid they were gonna drop it. It was what your birthday thing was in a big huge bowl.
Yeah, it was in like a big tin. Like they had all that really fancy like actual silverware. Cruise past this bus. We are on Northwest 23rd. We are creeping down just a few blocks. It's my old stomping grounds too. I used to work up here for many years. At Coffee People. But down here just a ways is a deli. Portland's oldest Jewish deli. I've been there many a times. I've had many a friends work there. And that's Kornblatt's. They're actually closing up shop. Mike Bennett. Always cool seeing his work. But yeah, these guys have been here for, gosh, probably at least 30 years. I'm gonna ask them when we get up here. Their food always smells so darn good. Yeah, a lot of these little businesses through here. New York Pizza. 35 years they've been here. And Kornblatt. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be sad when they're no longer around. Probably one of the best Reuben sandwiches you can get, New York style. Breakfast, bagels. I'm just gonna kind of over document everything because, like I said, this is all closing up pretty soon. Some of the best bagels and lox you'll probably ever get. And I remember this used to be the little walk-up window, and I worked just behind us, and I would walk up, and we had a pretty good little thing where we could trade coffee for sandwiches. I'm gonna lock up the Creeper Cruiser and just go in here real quick and kind of just document the inside just because they are closing. So yep. So oh my gosh, it smells so good in here too. Yeah, these guys have been here for quite some time. And yeah, it's gonna be missed for sure. I used to come in here all the time and get a soda. Oh, Dr. Brown's. Yeah, these are the ones I always walk down and get. But yeah, I'm just kind of over documenting stuff because it's all gonna be gone. As you can see, people are really loving it. And yeah, some of the best bagels in town. Not only is their food good, but the people that work here over the years have just been so awesome. I tell you, it's probably one of the coolest down-to-earth bagel, shops, delis that you can go to. So definitely going to be missed.
Dad used to go to OHSU. Anyway, and this was always our stop. We'd stop, get the borscht, and then go home. And then Mr. Ledbetter that worked there, Mr. Fryer.
Love it.
Gang.
I know it's back. I mean, still glimmers of Portland, but yeah, people knew everybody. You know what I mean? You knew the owners.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Northwest 23rd. Definitely has changed a lot throughout the years. Talking with those folks in there too, just kind of sharing some memories of the past. We were talking about all these little businesses around here too, like Phil's. He's been here forever. And yeah, Kornblatt's definitely gonna be missed. That's gonna do it for today. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. You can also ring that bell. That way when I creep, you guys will be the first to creep. And if you did enjoy this, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Till next time, Creeper out for now. Peace.